President Donald Trump will be addressing a joint session of Congress tonight, and joining us this morning with a preview is WATD political analyst John Creed. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks, Dan. And I think it will start. I mean, everything when Trump speaks, it's like the world moves. But I think he's going to talk about what he's done in the 44 days. And, you know, one thing I think people have to concentrate on is the fact that in 2010, the country was in debt by $10 trillion. Now it's about $36 trillion. And that's a problem that whoever's up top is going to have to solve. I think Trump will try to talk about what he's done for peace in the Middle East and in Europe. He's got to talk about probably what happened last Friday and what he did with arms with Lizinski last night. And I think there's a couple of negatives for him. Number one, he might talk too long. And number two, the criticisms of Biden, I don't think would help him if he does that too much. But and a good thing is, what will the Democrats, how many of them will boycott the thing? And also, we'll see the Democrat response.
Yes, and that Democratic response we now know is going to be coming from Michigan Senator Elissa Slotkin. What do you expect from her?
Well, Michigan is an interesting state, and my guess is she's going to bring up probably the firing of a lot of government type people. But on the other hand, the Democrats don't talk about other layoffs, like people have laid off in many areas, and they're not government people. The economy is what it is.
Now, speaking of the federal workers, we understand that Democrats might be bringing some of these fired federal workers to the address tonight.
Well, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, anything, you know, Trump by nature is kind of a guy that causes all sorts of confusion, but he's a guy that can, you know, get things done, and people can't deny that he won the election and he got the most majority votes, and the Republicans control the House and Senate, even though now numbers, but it could be interesting. But if he talks too long, then the Democratic response might be at 2 a.m.
Now, do you think we talked about Gaza and Ukraine. What about terrorists? Do you think they'll be mentioned at all tonight?
Pardon me?
Do you think he'll mention terrorists at all tonight?
Oh, terrorists. They went in last night at midnight, unless something happened before I went to bed or something. But no, I think it would be terrorists. They work both ways, and I think the stock market yesterday, which lost in every category, and it was big at one point, it has to be an issue that the Democrats bring up.
All right. Well, the address is scheduled to start at 9 o'clock this evening. Well, thank you so much.
We'll talk with you tomorrow at the same time.
Indeed, we will. We will get the recap from you. So thanks once again for joining us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan.
And once again, that address to start at 9 o'clock this evening.